order of it.
Well, how about, I'm sorry, well, can we just do a test? That way everyone knows, because there's confusion.
Just say the number, say 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go like that. So whoever starts, say 1.
Oh, Deanna's the expert now.
I mean, I'm last, so I'm just going to be waiting for all you guys.
You know what we should just do? We should just start the show.
Sounds like a
Why
good
can't we
idea.
ever do any games?
Sounds like a good idea.
Never do any games.
Because you guys ruin every game we try to do.
I don't want to be last.
Or-
This is why we can't have nice things.
John, game show host John doesn't explain them well. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I mean, a student's only as good as his teacher.
Yeah.
A game show
Call
host
that
John,
ready.
that you are. Yeah.
You guys are just crushed John's soul.
Sajak, more like whack Sajak. Ha.
Okay. How about we just worry about it on Monday? Let's just get going with the show.
You're lucky if I'm here on Monday. Genuine frustration about trying to play games to get us ready for the show. Either way, we're going to continue. Hello, everybody. I am Jon Hansen. Alongside, look, we had Hot Girl Summer in 2019, but these ladies make it Hot Lady Fall 2020. Deanna Gutierrez and Felicia Lawrence. How y'all doing, ladies? Felicia, you feeling good?
Thanks for that.
I am feeling so good. I will never retire as a hot girl. I will forever be one, just so you know.
That is so true. That is so true. And Deanna, I wasn't genuinely mad at you. You're right. We mess up games, myself equally.
You purposely put me last in my own box, all the way at the bottom. I'm not going to forgive you for that, so whatever.
Well, you're filling in for Amy. I didn't want to put you right at the top, Okay.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Hey, guys,
John,
we
also know that you'll be here on Monday, so don't act like
of course. Okay, so guys, it got to 82 degrees today. It's 80 still right now outside. And tomorrow looks really nice too. A little bit cooler, but still in the 70s. And guys, I know it's going to be great to strut around.
Yeah, that's what we would normally be doing this weekend, but not this weekend, I guess sort of in a different kind of way, right? The annual Sista Strut Breast Cancer Walk is going on despite everything that's going on right now, even the pandemic. V103's Bionce Foxx is here with us now. And Beyonce, it's going to be virtual. How's it all going to work?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's going to be such a great time tomorrow. It will be virtual. And that means you can go on one of the iHeartRadio station's website and see your favorite radio personality. We are going to have such a good time tomorrow. The kickoff is at 10 in the morning. We're going to be playing some inspirational music. We're going to be playing some dance mixes to get the adrenaline pumped. And we just want you to come on out with your girlfriends, your husband, your family, everybody, and strut with us.
Now, Beyonce, was there ever a concern that you couldn't convey the energy? Because I've worked with other nonprofits, and it's a real struggle trying to make a super huge and amazing event like the Sista Strut into a virtual one. I mean, did you guys talk about that at all?
You know what? It's actually a blessing, because the fact that it is virtual, that means everybody in the entire world can participate. They don't have to say, oh, I got to be in Chicago. Oh, I got to go way to the South Side. No, you can participate every Saturday throughout the month of October. Wherever you are, just start walking in honor of someone for breast cancer awareness. So it's actually great. It's a good thing.
I am so glad that we get to partner with you guys every year for this, because just the mood and the feeling and the emotion and the sisterhood is always so powerful every single year. And the music, everything is awesome. What are some of the things that you have planned this year now that it is virtual?
Well, as I mentioned, we're going to have some inspirational songs playing so that you can get into the mind frame of walking. And we're also going to have some of the DJs from some of the radio stations like WGCI playing some mixes, some dance mixes, so you can really get that adrenaline flowing and really get out there and walk. And we also, for the first time, will have all 6 iHeartRadio stations. The entire cluster is going to be participating this year. So that includes The Light, Kiss FM, WGCI, V103, my radio station, Inspiration 1390, and our brand new rocker, Rock 95.5. So all of your favorite personalities will be participating as well.
Oh my gosh, talk about no excuse, right? And I know you said going virtual was a good thing. Moving forward, and I know it's a lot to think about, but could this be something that you're going to tie into moving forward for the next years to come?
I don't know. It's a possibility. I mean, you can do virtually anything virtual, right? So if people, I think it would be good if we just still had one that's live where people can come out and enjoy and still have it virtual as well. That way, as I mentioned before, anybody in the world can actually participate.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is just such an important cause. We know Black women are twice as likely to die from breast cancer. So to be together to
Yes.
raise awareness and to find strength and comfort within that sisterhood is always a positive. And Beyonce, it's always good to see you as well, too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I just, if I could, want to shout out the sponsors. It is presented by Xfinity. We also want to thank our sponsors, WellCare, Illinois Lottery. Thank you guys so much. Get your strut on.
There you
Get
go.
your strut on. Strut today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For more info,
Absolutely.
check out sistastrutwalk.com and Sista Strut on social media.
Oh my God, that is bringing me back. So good. It is the movie that made a generation fall in love with hockey. And look, Jane Plank's role, you saw her there as Tammy Duncan scoring that goal. A figure skater turned a hockey player, helped girls that they could realize that they could play too, of course. Jane, thanks so much for coming on. I'm sure you've seen the scene and talked about it so much. But to that last point about inspiring young girls to play hockey too, I'm sure that's made a difference. You've probably heard from that too.
Absolutely. I was raised in Golden Valley, and my senior year of high school was the first year that it was an option for girls hockey. They created it, and it's just taken off from there. And I've babysat a number of kids that ended up being into girls hockey and doing all of that. So it's been really, really fun to see that progression.
I gotta ask. I mean, well, Chicago, we're big into hockey. The Hawks have been really good, of course, for the last 12 years or so. But people don't know hockey until they know what goes down in Minnesota.
Absolutely. I think you're pretty much born with skates on for the most part.
And I just love the story. I mean, obviously, you got to reach this level of fame as a young actress, you know, playing that role. I'm sure you heard a lot about it, but it's so cool your journey that you've taken now, and you're turning that into music. You're using your platform for a new book, too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been doing music around the Twin Cities for years. And now my wife, Caitlin, and I decided we wanted to do a book series, a children's book series on giving. So it's called These Are My Pants. We ended up, when we first moved in, we had a number of different dark jeans, and we started doing our laundry together. And I'd say, "Are these my pants?" And she'd say, no, these are my pants. And I said, "This sounds like a children's book." And we started laughing, and we would joke with our nephews and niece and would say, "These are my pants," and they would laugh. And so during COVID, we decided, you know what, we should really put pen to paper or, hit up our laptop and start to write the story.
What have you always connected with kids? I mean, I get, like not everyone can just sit down and go, "Oh, I'm going to write a children's book." Where do you learn what that voice should be for young kids?
I think so much of the time they have these cute little personalities. I've always done babysitting. I've always had nieces and nephews and cousins. And, I volunteered. I've done park and rec, all of those sorts of things. So it really is about a lot of things are routine, and it's a lot of time, with parents trying to kind of get through the day and get them out the door and all of that. And I think reading is such a special time for kids that if you can give them a fun, bright colored book with a good message, I think that's just really fun and important. And I found over the years, I think that people just take things too seriously sometimes. And so we really both gravitated to writing this book.
Oh, yes, to be a kid again and to be able to read something like that and not pay attention to anything that's happening in the world. And by the way, I went through a deep dive on your website. You have an incredible voice. I know you sing and you have original music too there. But I listened to you sing some Cranberries at a bar. You posted it a little bit ago on Facebook. You rock it.
Hey, thank you. I love redoing 90s songs, cover songs, especially if it was a male singer. I think it's just a fun sound.
You still skate then or no?
You know, I don't. At this point, I had a little bit of problem. I broke my ankle a few years ago, so
Oh.
I'm not out there doing any more twirls, only in my heart and in my mind.
Well, you will always be twirling in all of our hearts, Jane. And this new book is great. Look forward to ordering it for my nieces and nephews. Jane, thank you so much for joining us here today. We
Hey,
appreciate it.
thank you so much. And if you want to purchase it, it's at plankbooks.com.
I
Thanks again for
love
having
when
me.
people do. Yeah, people do my job for me. The tag at the end. There's Jane's information, and there you can see where the website is. And part of those proceeds will go to Goodwill as well, a great organization doing some great stuff. Felicia.
So cool. The saying, never judge a book by its cover, should also be applied to homes. This 3-bedroom split-level house in Pennsylvania sparked a massive bidding war its first week on the market. The house sold in just 1 week for $350,000 because of its basement. It has been dubbed the Boom Boom Room. There's a look at it, okay? It features
my
sexy
goodness.
tile, a shag rug, and a bar upholstered in tufted black leather. They got faux palm trees and stuffed monkeys, and all of this adds to the room's vibe. It's sexy vibe.
I love that. I love, first of all, just how average suburban it looks, like a nice house from the outside. And you would never guess unless you knew the neighbors and were invited over there and spent one late night into early morning there, just how cool it was. It reminds me, my aunt and uncle have a very similar thing. The house is, your standard ranch. And then you go to the basement. Oh my God, it is this heck of bar. It's got leather couches. You go to the back room, you might find a craps table in the back, just saying. And I don't know, it's cool. I think that adds so much charm to a house when you got a little layer in the basement.
I mean, for $350,000, you would hope that they rent out the basement for parties or something, because I can't imagine paying that much money and having that much stuff afterward, right? Usually when you buy a house, you want to remodel, you want to do all this stuff. I've never bought a house. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, no, rent it out. I may stop by. Who knows?
And
Yeah.
keep that basement as it is.
Yeah, so clearly really cool there. Brandon.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Coming up, how Chicago businesses are failing to protect you from contracting the coronavirus. And the CW show, The Outpost, is back with its 3rd season. Pretty awesome fantasy show. I'm going to chat with the show's star about all the ups and downs of filming with her own stunt. She is a superhero. We're going to be right back with that coming up after this.
All right, let's get to the news you need to know this evening. Hurricane Delta is battering the coast of Louisiana. It's a Category 2 storm. Right now, we know thousands of residents are taking safety precautions in shelters. Now it's back to e-learning temporarily for students at suburban Glenbrook High School, District 225. The move comes after several positive COVID-19 cases were reported. And more than 100 Chicago businesses have been cited by the city for failing to follow masking and social distancing rules. Businesses face fines up to $10,000 or temporary closure. And no need to worry about the second presidential debate. It's officially been canceled due to health concerns over President Donald Trump's coronavirus infection. The final debate is set for October 22nd. And tonight's debate between South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham and his Democratic challenger has also been scrapped after Graham refused to take a COVID-19 test.
I mean, I think that is safe for Graham's opponent, the person challenging him. I think it's important that obviously they take this seriously. The big question here is why wouldn't Lindsey Graham take this test? He's saying that he's tested negative before, but he's also been around other people who have tested positive for COVID. So why not do it just for general protocol?
Well, because he's the head of the Judiciary Committee, and they're about to start hearings next week on Amy Coney Barrett, and she certainly doesn't want to miss those. I, however, think Jeremy Harrison should find a way to debate. He's about even in the polls in a real tough race. He needs it. Who doesn't need the debate is Joe Biden. And you talk about 3D chess. That's what President Trump always likes to say that he's playing. He played about 7D checkers with this thing. By getting out of the virtual debate, he gave Joe Biden a chance to say, all right, fine, we're going to do our own thing. Joe Biden's going to do a town hall. He's going to have a huge audience on national television, him and himself alone. Donald Trump's down by 10 points. He needs a second debate. He ain't getting it.
So for Graham and his challenger, I got his name here.
Jeremy
for Graham
Harrison.
and his challenger, Jamie Harrison, they're saying that they're going to still answer questions and that it'll just be a different format. That's the difference between what Trump is saying, who's not going to do virtual at all. The voters still need to know what's going on.
I'm just still in shock at where we find ourselves. You know what I mean? And I'm not like laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's nerve-wracking. I mean, we have coronavirus cases popping up left and right. Debates that need to happen, conversations that need to happen are being postponed. Of course, there's other ways to do it. But guys, this is kind of scary.
Well, it's surreal, right? Like, who would have ever thought that we'd be here? I mean, if you took any of the headlines that we've had in the last week and sent them back in time, all of 5 years, people would be like, what are you talking about? And Deanna, you mentioned the rise in cases. I mean, you did the story about the school that obviously is going back to e-learning. We are on the precipice, perhaps, of a third wave of coronavirus cases. We had the largest number of new cases in the United States today since August 7th. We've started to see hospitalizations tick up, and that's usually a lagging indicator. So it is scary. We've been warned of this fall that could be scary, and we're starting to see that happen. So you're right, Deanna. Well, we talk about the politics of who needs the debate more and more. Average, everyday Americans are worried about what's going to happen next, and you're right.
Yeah,
No,
that's
and
what
not only
Dr.
that, I mean,
Fauci.
there's been. Go ahead,
Fauci is saying that the Midwest cases are rising in the Midwest as well as the Northwest, where we're starting to see this cooler weather creep in, people doing more and more indoors, doing less outdoors. The numbers speak to the fact that it could be a potential rise, like what you're saying, John.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
back in March and in April, COVID-19 was the third leading cause of death in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? That's above stroke, that's above Alzheimer's disease, that's above diabetes. And, you know, Felicia, to go off your point, Fauci was like, hey, we're not going to have our daughters join us for Thanksgiving. So now we have to start thinking about what we're going to do for the holidays, who we're going to invite, who we're going to bring. Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is, Fauci is going to do that. The rest of the country, we'll see.
Yeah, that's a real honest discussion to have. All right, let's get Brandon Pope in on the mix. He's got a look at what's coming up on CW26 tonight.
That's right. You can catch an all-new episode of Masters of Illusion at 7, followed by a new episode of World's Funniest Animals at 8. You can also catch last night's season 3 premiere of The Outpost on CWTV.com. It's a really cool fantasy adventure series set in a fantasy world with magic, monsters, elves, and the show's star, Jessica Green, she's got a mixed martial arts background. She does nearly all of her own stunts, but that actually backfired for her one time. She shared with me the one time where the stunt didn't really go as planned. Take a listen.
What's it called? The little ringy thing that the horse runs around in.
Yeah.
But anyway, it had iced over, and my horse fell through the ice and threw me off onto my back onto the ice, and it almost broke my tailbone. So that's kind of, I guess, working with animals and horses, that's been the most challenging, because you never know what they're going to do, especially horses, like if they get frightened or anything. But I'm a huge animal lover, so I absolutely love it as well, so it was worth it.
I would never ride a horse again. You can catch The Outpost Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CW26. More of The Jam after this.
I know Brandon's excited about his LeBron tonight.
What a beautiful day it is. You know, if LeBron James wins the championship tonight, he joins Jordan as one of the only two players to win 4 titles and 4 finals MVPs. We're about to be debating who's the GOAT all day, all night. I can't wait.
Goodness. 6 beats 4, 6 beats 4, and it hasn't happened yet.
What do you do on the Wizards? What about the Wizards?
Wait till it happens first, Brandon.
That's
wait till
You know what?
Come on.
I've heard this all day. I've heard this all day.
3 franchises. Come on.
When the mail stops, the world stops. Look, I'm not a political person. Last time I voted was for Flavor of the Month at Baskin-Robbins. But take it from me, a postman. If you want to vote early in person, do it. You want to vote from home? Apply for your ballot and get it in as soon as possible.
Oh, that's Newman, the postman from Seinfeld, the worst postal worker in the country. He had a lot of antics in Seinfeld. He's obviously here chimed in ahead of the election. He says he's been approached many times. His real name is Wayne Knight, by the way. He says he's been approached many, many times to do something like this, especially since the Postal Service has now come into such an important role in our election. But he's always turned it down until he got a writer who definitely knew the character and wrote it up. The whole thing's actually really funny. I don't know if you guys are Seinfeld fans, but Newman!
He did that so good. My goodness. And
Let
I
me-
want to know, I mean, it had to be like a really good cause to get him back in character.
Yes.
You know, people like that, they don't want to just, you know, work for free.
No.
Well, yeah, Newman is such an iconic character from Seinfeld. It's just great to see him again. This guy is an iconic actor, comedic actor, really, and he did it so well.
Yeah.
I am one of those people, though. I think Curb Your Enthusiasm is better than Seinfeld. I think the legacy has kind of faltered over time, but I'm happy to see Newman back. I really am.
Yeah, well,
so happy.
Well, the people that write your checks, and that we have Seinfeld, on these stations that we work for, are currently taking a few dollars out of your check right there.
I
Larry
love
David.
Seinfeld. I just want to be clear. It's the best show
Seinfeld's
out there.
good.
Seinfeld.
It's great. It's a great show. It's a great show.
What other shows do you hate? What are your thoughts of King of Queens?
I love King of Queens. I love it. That's my
You better.
favorite.
Yeah,
There you go,
Two
Big.
broke girls never beat it. By the way,
Oh
Now
my
you're
God.
learning.
I do love. I mean, it is an anti-Trump ad, so I think that for a lot of people, they won't like the ad. I do love that it's a pro-postal service ad, and I'm so excited, guys, because I know I had that ballot for so long, just like sitting over here used as a prop. But I put it in the post office, into the the mailbox,
Oh,
and I am getting the sticker right on my chest. I did it, guys.
yes, you
Wow.
are official.
Do you feel accomplished?
I feel good. I mean,
Good.
it took a while. I researched all the judges. I was back and forth on a few things and dug through it, and it didn't feel quite the sense of accomplishment you get from like punching the things and like handing in your card or whatever. But it felt really good. I gave that mailbox an extra hashashung, like a big old.
But guess
done.
what, John? Now you can officially complain.
Yes.
Well,
And if you want
special
more
thanks to our
elections-
postal workers out there too.
Yeah, elections.il.gov. We'll help you out. See you in a bit. Uh-oh, everyone. We are in the second half hour of our Friday night show. This is when things really go off the rail, everyone. So you are in for a treat. I'm Jon Hansen. Miss Felicia Lawrence over here. Miss Deanna Gutierrez over there. Rocking and rolling on a Friday.
Yeah.
So
I
excited.
am
Such
going
a
to be on the
beautiful
rails
Friday.
today. A beautiful Friday. And I'm going to be on the rails today because I'm not letting anything mess this Friday up, okay? We're going to do a good show. We're going to do it right. And that's going to be the end of it.
You're just scared of a long meeting after the show if I do something wrong. Okay. By the way, guys, this was supposed to be marathon weekend, and it would have been such a nice one. We have got this great 7-day forecast here for you with a good Saturday, nice Sunday. Things do cool down next week, but guys, I know that we got a lot of different things going on this weekend in terms of marathons and stuff, and the good weather is still welcome no matter what.
Yeah, the good weather is not going to go to waste, not for Mary Lou Seidel. Even though marathon season was canceled, she still plans to run 26.2 miles across the south and west sides of Chicago. Now, she works with the organization Preservation Chicago, and they work to obviously preserve certain sites that are in danger of shutting down or being demolished, historical sites in the city of Chicago. So she's going to start at Old Fashioned Donuts in Roseland, and then she's going to run zigzag through Chicago to Central Park Theater in North Lawndale, again, stopping at some of those sites like Emmett Till's house. So it's pretty cool. I love that she basically turned lemons to lemonade, you know. I'm sure she was disappointed that she wouldn't be running, but she said, let me do something else positive with it.
Oh my gosh. Look, being a marathon runner, I've only done it once. I did it last year. But really, that's the only thing that gets you through the 26.2 miles, because let me tell you, once you reach 15, you're like, okay, this does not feel good. At 20, you're like, I'm not done yet, you know, but you still have all those neighborhoods, you have all the people cheering. And then you get to the 26th mile and you're like, there is still more. And it's that bridge right on Roosevelt. I was like, I might not even finish today, but that point 2 really gets you.
That's so funny. You're like at 26, you're like, I did. And you're like, no, that's right. Point 2. And by the way, you don't have to add any caveat to that. You are a marathon runner, Deanna. You did it last year. And I remember our boss braved the weird weather to go out and see you. And I think she missed you, didn't she?
It was, yeah, she did, just by a little bit. It was so cold. The barriers that they had on the track were actually blowing with the wind. So I was like, either I get hit by a barricade or I run faster. And then I ended up crying at the point 2 mark. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Well, fingers crossed for 2021. And I'll join you.
Yeah.
Will you?
Don't hold your breath, Deanna. Keep running.
No.
Seriously.
No. Breathe freely. Don't hold it. No.
We were amazed at you then, Deanna, and we think it's pretty cool now for all those.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys will run with me next year. It's okay. No worries. This next story here is Chicago comedy taking a serious hit. Some sad news. IO Theater is up for sale. Now, this comes after news of their rival, Second City, also making the same call earlier this week. Now, it's not a big or a huge surprise because the founder announced the closing in June because of the pandemic and the ticket sales and all that kind of went down. But this is the interesting part. It's selling as a, quote, timber loft building in a prime location in the Clybourne corridor. Like, what?
Well, it's a really cool building. So
even my dog disagrees.
The dog agrees.
My dog's like, no way.
IO is where Enrique and I would spend a lot of Friday nights. Like, that is what we love to do. They have 4 gorgeous theaters. This is really heartbreaking. I took classes at IO. It's such an institution in the city. It's a gorgeous building. They just moved there a couple years ago from their location in Wrigleyville. And the reason why I think they're calling it like a timber building is it has this old industrial feel to it, right? You've been in all these buildings now that have been converted so well into performance spaces or what have you. It's just so sad to think of this building that they put their heart and soul into building custom for such an institution, and they're not going to have it anymore.
Yeah, I just hope this sets us up for a glorious return. I know it's tough times for a lot of folks out there. I just hope the return is going to be really, really worth it.
Yeah.
That right there is Isaiah Grass, and as you can see, he amazed the judges, all three of them, and the audience on this last season of American Idol. Now, he didn't win that competition, but he won Chicago's heart. He's back home making new music, joining us now. Isaiah, what has life been like since Idol?
Hi guys, well first off I want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on the Jam TV show. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Honestly, I would say American Idol has been an amazing experience and memories that I'll never forget. I was very humbled that the producers from American Idol reached out to me personally and asked me to audition in front of the executive producers. And I'm also very humbled for the fact that, you know, multi-platinum artists Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan chose to stand up and sing along with me during my audition. And I got to meet Ryan Seacrest and a lot of amazing people. It's given me a tremendous amount of exposure, and I'm very grateful for the doors that have opened because of it.
Now, Isaiah, I got to ask, where does that personality come from? Because even though they were like, oh, you know, we think you belong in a different scene, right? In a different industry, you were like, but why? You know, so did you have to learn how to present yourself, or is that something that kind of just came with the job?
Honestly, there's a lot of footage that the American Idol producers chose not to show. They didn't show that I was actually working with the Salvation Army and children's hospitals. Actually, 2 weeks after I had just auditioned for the show, I was actually asked to performing on a morning talk show. And the producers had just told me that I just wasn't right for reality TV. I didn't take it as an offense. It was definitely a learning opportunity for me and a new platform. And is that something that I will be forever grateful for?
Yeah. So you have just released your new single, More Than Friends, on your website. Tell us, and we actually have a little bit of the song. Let's take a listen.
Okay.
So we don't have that clip, but tell us about the song. I know you literally just released it on your website for anyone that wants to go check it out. We'll give you the IsaiahGrassMusic.com.
Right, so they can go to IsaiahGrassMusic.com and they can use the code MTFIG and they will go to the artist penthouse. It will give them an exclusive link to the website and it will play the song. It will show them the single artwork and it'll also show them a video as well. And so the background of the song is in August of 2020 this year, I unfortunately was hacked by someone. And they tried to steal my identity. And in that process, they wiped out all of my social media. I lost 3 Facebook accounts, 5,000 friends each, over 7 years of content. Because I am verified on Facebook and Instagram, there's a lot of messages and a lot of fans that I have not been able to ever recover from. And I tried to, kind of like what you said before about, you know, squeezing that lemon. What I tried to do was create a song. More Than Friends is about showing awareness to hackers and online predators to stop them in their tracks, because I know I'm not the only one that has perhaps had this happen to them on social media or had some type of identity theft. And since I was a little boy, it has always been my desire to be able to create music that will be able to help people. And so that is why I've created this song. And I truly hope that people will go to IsaiahGrassMusic.com and listen to the song, because it's something very personal to me. And it's going to be coming out publicly on October 23rd. But right now they can get a sneak peek at IsaiahGrassMusic.com.
Yeah. Well, Isaiah, thank you so much for being raw and real and sharing that. You got a whole city rooting for you. I know you have a lot of fans all around the world, but Chicago is certainly rooting for you. Yeah. You can hear More Than Friends. Yes. Hear More Than Friends on IsaiahGrassMusic.com and follow him on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Yes, Queen. Love it every second of it. All right. It is the holiday song, as you just heard, that you cannot escape, even if you want to. It appears that Mariah Carey is going to drop some more Christmas magic all over our Christmas house. So she shared a picture on Twitter today. Uh-oh. Look at this. So she's got the little Christmas tree emoji, and then she's got 3 chairs that say A, G, M, C, and JH. And look, people are trying to figure out who those collaborators are. So our producers are thinking maybe it's Ariana Grande and Jon Hansen. But no, if
Oh
Jon Hansen.
no.
but maybe Jennifer Hudson. I mean, that would be pretty cool. What do you guys think?
Amazing. That would be so cool because those are all powerhouse voices. I mean, these women can sing. The three that you just mentioned, just they can belt it out. They can hit all the notes. My goodness, that would be one amazing performance.
Look, and I just want to say Jennifer Hudson has had a year. I mean, when we saw her perform at the All-Star Weekend here in Chicago, obviously she's from Chicago, done so many things for her city here at home, but I mean, this is a big deal. I know that there probably won't be anything as good as the original because there never really is. But, you know, this little remix could probably, you know, give us a little bit more spirit, especially we need it right now.
By the way, it's October 9th, and Enrique and I have already fought about when the Christmas tree is going up. So, I like it early. Like, I mean, not like too early, but like mid-November, right before Thanksgiving.
Like after Thanksgiving.
And he's like, no, you got to wait till after Thanksgiving. I'm like, you are going to let me have this in the year 2020 of our Lord. You are going to let me have the tree a little early.
Yes.
Just one thing, please. Just one.
I like to wait and do it closer to Christmas, but I'm thinking November 1st. I need some lights and some pomp and circumstance immediately.
I thought it was an unspoken rule, like after Thanksgiving. No? Okay.
That rule, no rules in 2020. No rules. Brandon, what's up, man?
Hey guys, coming up, another one of the stars of Tiger King is facing some serious legal troubles. We're going to tell you about that. And it's Jon versus Chef. Jon tries to best a chef in the kitchen? Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't see that at all. We're going to see how it goes, all right? And Krista, she gets some restaurant do's and don'ts from RPM Seafood. And let us entertain you, Gerard Melman. Check out the story exclusively on our Instagram account and follow us at the Jam TV show to check it out. Awesome. Make it a great toss, Felicia.
Oh, it's going to be the best.
Let's get into the news you need to know this evening. Owners of Belmont Snack Shop, the 24-hour diner, say they may not reopen after a fire tore through the building last night. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says a second COVID-19 relief bill is not likely before the election. McConnell says the SCOTUS nominee is priority right now. And Tiger King's Doc Antle is indicted on animal cruelty and trafficking charges, said to have moved some lions from Virginia and South Carolina. And all I have to say is that he probably should be indicted on that and a little bit more. I mean, if you've seen the documentary, am I right or am I right?
Oh my goodness. First of all, I hope the animals are going to be okay. But let me just say, if they're going to do another Tiger King part, whatever, I'm not going to watch it. I'm upset that I wasted my life on the first, what was it, 10 episodes, 7 episodes? No.
I got nothing to say about Tiger King. I'm done with that. What I do have something to say about is Mitch McConnell, but I don't know if people want to talk about that. So it's Friday. No, it's Friday. We should keep it light, not political. I'll talk Tiger King, but I forget which one Doc Antle is. He was the really bad one, right? Was he the one on the East Coast?
Yeah, he's the one that walked in. He's the one that walked in on an elephant.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah,
I'll just say
he's the one that had like all the
that had all the ladies. Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Okay,
but I feel like you should be charged with more. John, didn't you research this? What's going on?
No, I mean I did. Okay, my producer are gonna yell at me. This meeting after the show just got longer, guys, for you calling me out like that. I tried not to say anything for something I'm ready to talk about Mitch McConnell, but let's not
just stop talking. It's getting longer by every moment you keep going. Just don't say nothing. Okay, let's toss it over to Brandon Pope for the latest on season 3 of CW's The Outpost. Save us, B.
I will do my best to dig you out of this one. So this show, like nearly everything in our lives, was impacted by COVID-19, but it just so happens a lot of The Outpost season 3 actually deals with a major virus of its own for its characters. So star Jessica Green, she talks about how art kind of imitated life during filming.
There's new heroes, new villains, so we have some fun with that this season. We kind of have our own pandemic ourselves in The Outpost. Which is, it's tough.
And maybe a little bit too close to real life, huh?
A little bit. I tell you what, when everything that's going on in the world at the moment started happening, we were like, how did our writers kind of write this kind of? It's so close. Like, you guys have to wait and watch it, obviously, but it's pretty close to what's happening in the world right now.
Pretty eerie. You can catch The Outpost Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CW26 to see how this pandemic plays out. More of The Jam after this.
Right. What a pretty city we live in.
Gorgeous, darling, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. It's got the
I'm still stuck on the fact No, don't try and change the subject. You didn't research. You don't know who Doc Yentl is. I'm upset.
No, I knew. The guy with the ladies. I figured it out eventually.
The guy with the ladies.
Up here.
Let's just say the guy with the
sort
colt.
of thing.
That's probably a better way to put it. A guy with the colt, not the guy with the ladies.
Colt guy. See, I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
Write your scripts more conversational. I would have gotten it that time.
I'm the guy with
He can turn on a stove. And yeah, that's about it.
Gotta be careful.
Cooking school's in session. Take your seat. Jon versus Chef.
This is Jon versus Chef, and I've walked into my own kitchen for no reason. The grill is back there, it is heating up, and we're ready to go. Today's challenger is Chef Adam Moore, and we are cooking up some lollipops. Orange, what is it?
Grilled Australian lamb lollipops with orange and mint gremolata.
Gremolata.
In front of me I have my ingredients. We're starting first with the French rack of Australian lamb.
I've already chopped them up how I see fit. I'm sure Chef has a fancy way of doing it, but I just like cha-cha-cha-cha. Perfect.
Got a little bit of fresh mint.
Apparently mint comes in bushes. I thought it came in gum.
Got a little bit of salt and pepper. Got some orange, as well as some orange zest here.
That's supposed to have orange zest. I think, I don't know what that is.
A little bit of chopped garlic, honey.
In the shape of a bear, stereotypical.
Cranberry, finally a little bit of olive oil.
All right, Chef, let's start cooking.
We're gonna go ahead and just drizzle them with just a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I don't know what a good drizzle accounts for.
Just enough olive oil to coat, just like that.
Yeah, there we go, little drizzle.
Just sprinkle just a light amount of salt and pepper on each side.
Here is some salt.
And then let's get our grill piped up to nice medium-high to high heat. That's it.
You know what's fun? Fire.
These chops are gonna take about 2 minutes on each side to cook.
Okay.
So I'll get these on, close my grill, then head back inside to make the gremolata.
All right, gonna close the door. 2 minutes each side.
So while my chops are cooking on the grill, I'm gonna make my gremolata.
We're gonna chop up the mint.
And I'm simply just gonna give it a rough chop.
Chop it mint.
So we're gonna add that, all that chopped mint, into the bowl.
Stir together the zest. Ah, crap, I forgot to figure out what zest is. Hold on, let me Google it. Oh, it's like the crust of the orange. Oh, I have a cheese grater.
I'm gonna add that in, and you can use any citrus here.
Doesn't that just make you wanna lick the bowl?
I've also got a little bit of dried cranberry. I like this for color. Also a little bit of tart.
Bam!
Just a little bit of chopped garlic. You can add just a little fresh squeeze of orange. As well as a little bit of oil if you want. Just adds a nice little bit of flavor. And then finally, give it a little bit of salt and pepper to taste.
This is gremolata. Hey, nailed it. grilling, fire, and smoke. This is where I'm born to be.
All right, so it's been about 4 to 5 minutes and these chops are done. All right, so now that those are fresh and hot off the grill, I like to hit them with just a little bit of citrus. Then I'm gonna drizzle with just a little bit of warm honey.
A little bit for Papa Bear.
This is gonna act as my glue for the gremolata. We're gonna finish with the gremolata. This is gonna add a lot of nice color and flavor to the lamb. And there you have it. John, over to you to see what you got.
Oh, wow. Okay, this was really good. Chef Moore, thank you so much for the recipe. John versus Chef, the results? Well, I'm the host. John wins. See you next time.
John versus Chef.
Right. I am the winner of round 1, and Chef Adam Moore, who, by the way, is an awesome guy, being our first contestant on this segment. And you can follow all of his information. He's got great recipes, and it was really good. I know I can't give it to you ladies right now, the lamb, but it tastes really, really good, and it was so fun. You know, I'm not a very good chef, but it is fun to experiment and try new things.
You did so good.
Wished you would have gotten Enrique's reaction, because he's the real deal breaker, whether they were good or they were bad. And you didn't let us see that part.
He did try them. He thought they were good. But I put them on, TV one time, and that was the only time, it turns out, as the rule of the household. So
what are you going to make next time?
I don't know. Great question, Felicia. I wish you would have prepped me for that, because I don't know. But we've got messages out to other chefs trying to figure out exactly which one they are. All right, so Felicia, I know you're a pretty good chef.
Thank you, John. I was going to say, you should decide. You should challenge that chef. Don't let that chef challenge you.
No, I think we're going to try a bunch of different chefs. The real thing is, I get such a rut. We cook meatballs, we cook tacos, that sort of stuff. So trying new things is always important. Brandon is the real chef here in the group. What do you think I should go for, B-Pope, next?
I would like to see you tackle risotto, but I'm scared of what you would do to it. I'm really scared of what you would do to it.
What can you do to risotto, really? Come on.
I'm scared you try to add some raisins to it or something. And I'm fearful, bro. I'm fearful for you.
Yeah.
Watching you on that grill was scary.
Yeah, how's that Kraft mac and cheese that you make at home, Brandon, every Friday night?
Hey, my mac is baked, okay?
DiGiorno, what are you doing? What's your big chef moment, Brandon? John versus Brandon. Have a good weekend, everyone.
That's coming up next.